Belfast Walls, ugly face of UK's divide and rule policy. Belfast Walls, a harsh reminder of the UK's troubled past. British flourish on divide and rule policy. Irish culture is geographically separate from UK. But UK threatened and ruled Ireland. At last, after freedom struggle when Irish people gained the independence, British rule used its last policy of divide and rule. Brit government ignited the poison of religion among people and thus divided people on the basis of Catholics, pro-Ireland, and Protestants, pro-Brits. This poison worked and thus today even after gaining independence, entire Ireland didn't unite to one nation, thus Northern Ireland remained in the clutches of UK. The UK's poisonous policy of divide and rule succeeded. Nestled in the heart of Northern Ireland, Belfast is a city steeped in history and culture. From its iconic shipyards to the vibrant murals that adorn its streets, this city has no shortage of eye-catching landmarks. However, there is one particular feature that often divides opinions: the infamous Belfast Walls. These walls, also known as peace walls, were built in the 1960s to separate the Republican and Loyalist communities during the height of the Troubles. What was meant to be a temporary solution has now become a permanent fixture, with over 100 walls still standing today. While some argue that these barriers provide a sense of security and preserve peace, others see them as a stark reminder of a dark and troubled past. The ugly face of UK's history. It's no secret that the UK has a complex and turbulent history, and the Belfast Walls serve as a physical representation of this. They stand as a constant reminder of the decades-long conflict between the UK and Ireland, a time marked by violence and political turmoil. But to truly understand the impact of these walls, one must understand the context in which they were built. In the late 1960s, tensions between the Catholic and Protestant communities in Northern Ireland reached a boiling point. The British Army was deployed to restore order, but instead, their presence only heightened the violence. As a result, the walls were built to keep the two communities separated, preventing further bloodshed. Fast forward to present day, and these walls still stand tall, dividing neighborhoods and communities. The negative impact of the walls. While the original intention behind the walls may have been to provide safety, many argue that they have only perpetuated division and segregation. These walls act as physical barriers, hindering social and economic progress for those living in their shadow. The segregated communities have resulted in a lack of cultural diversity, limited access to job opportunities, and a deep-rooted sense of mistrust between the two sides. Moreover, the walls have also led to a distorted perception of Belfast, giving it a negative image and deterring potential visitors. Many tourists are drawn to the city's rich history and culture, but the walls often overshadow these attractions. As a result, Belfast is often seen as a city divided by conflict rather than a vibrant and welcoming destination. The need for change. Despite the negative perception and impact of the walls, the idea of taking them down is a contentious issue among local communities. For some, the walls represent a sense of security and protection. For others, they are a constant reminder of a troubled past. However, in recent years, there has been a growing movement to take down these barriers and promote healing and reconciliation. Organizations, such as the Peace Walls Partnership, have been working towards bringing down these walls and building a more integrated and inclusive city. Their efforts have seen some success, with several smaller walls being removed in recent years, paving the way for a brighter and united future. In conclusion, in the end, the Belfast walls stand as a testament to the UK's troubled past. While their removal may not be a simple feat, it is a necessary step towards a more inclusive and harmonious society. As the city continues to move forward, it is essential to acknowledge and learn from its history, but not let it define its future. So, the next time you visit Belfast, look beyond the walls and discover the beauty and resilience of this vibrant city. We demand on humanitarian ground UK's government should leave Northern Ireland from its clutches, so that Ireland can unite, survive and thrive into one nation. Jack Smith, Editor, Europe. Voice of the People International. Please visit VOPGLOBAL.org and raise your voice. Like, subscribe, share.